We shall be looking at variation in this video. A variation is a relationship between two or more quantities. That is, variation compares the rate at which one quantity either increases or decreases as another quantity increases or decreases. So sometimes variation involves more than two quantities, yet it measures or tells how one or two quantities vary in respect to another quantity. Now, the knowledge of variation is fundamental to making progress in the sciences. If you take physics, for instance, there are so many laws or hypotheses or rules in physics that are expressed in the form of variation. There are relationships between one quantity and another quantity that uses variation. So the knowledge of variation from the mathematical perspective is essential if a student must grasp those physical, those sciences, their concepts, and understand them as they should be understood. Take for instance, where Newton's law states that the gravitational pull on objects is directly proportional to the product of the masses of two bodies, and it's also inverse proportional to the square of the distance. So here you see this sign or symbol, which is referred to as a symbol for variation. So you see that force is directly proportional to the product of the masses and inverse proportional to the square of the distance. Now, that theorem has been written in mathematical form. So F is equal to Gm1 m2 over d squared. Now G is a constant of proportionality. Okay. Now Hooke's law also states that provided the elasticity is not exceeded, the load or the force is directly proportional to the extension, or proportional to the load. The force is proportional to the load. So here F is equals to directly proportional to the extension, where F is equals to KE. So you can see this use of variation in this law. They also come to Ohm's law, where V is equals to IR. So that is the current flowing through a metallic conductor that is proportional to the potential difference across it here. So V is equals to IR, where R is a constant of proportionality known as the resistance. So you see that the sciences, especially physics, make use of this aspect of mathematics, which is variation. So the knowledge of this subject is so vital when it comes to understanding or even solving problems on these physical theories, or theories as we find them in physics. So let's look at I've looked at the terminology variation. I've said that variation is the relationship between one quantity and another quantity. You can say X varies directly as Y, or Y varies as X. It tells us that there's a rate at which Y either increases or decreases as X increases or decreases, or there's a rate at which X decreases or increases as Y increases or increases. This relationship could be under this type of variation, could be a direct variation, could be an inverse variation, or a joint variation, or partial variation. So the subsequent videos, I'm going to look at each of these types of variation individually. So just get the basic understanding that variation is a relationship between two or more quantities. It compares the rate at which one quantity either increases or decreases as another quantity increases or decreases.